Guys, do you want to hear something kind of creepy, but it's also a hack to help you grow on Instagram in 2021? So follow me for a second. Go onto Instagram, post a photo, and then after the first hour, immediately close the app. Now, what the Instagram algorithm wants to do in 2021 is it wants you to get back on the app. So it's gonna push your content out to more people so that you get likes, comments, and other notifications that people are talking about your content. The Instagram algorithm is literally going, oh, don't you wanna know what people are saying about your content? Don't you care? Open me. It's luring you back in so that you open it. But if you can resist the urge, you're gonna get more likes and comments on your content.
So tip number 1, you've heard this before, but you're probably doing it wrong. Have people told you make sure you comment and like and follow other people who are popular so that way you get more followers? Sure, that's true, but that piece of advice is only halfway correct. And here's what I mean. If you start following half-naked models and you start liking all their stuff, and then those followers see your comments, they come to your profile, they start liking your photos, you know what's gonna end up happening? After a while, they're gonna stop liking your photos and pictures. Why? Because those followers are really irrelevant to what you're doing. You have to get very relevant followers. So make sure you like, comment, and follow other people, but they have to be within your industry. See, Instagram has this algorithm which looks at how many comments, likes, you get when the picture first gets published. And if people are following you within your industry, sure, you'll have a lot less followers, but the ratio of likes and comments are gonna be way higher, which means your pictures are gonna go more viral, they're gonna go on the discovery pages, and you're gonna get way more new followers.
The probably second most important thing about Instagram is your engagement. So yeah, you could have 3 million followers, but you could get 100 comments on every single post, and you could get 10,000 likes on every single post, which is not the greatest ratio from followers to engagement. Basically, Instagram is going to boost your posts if you have good engagement. Engagement is how your followers are interacting with your posts. So are they liking them? Are they commenting, sharing, saving them to albums? Are they always checking out your stories? Like all of those things, the more that your followers are interacting with your content, the more it's gonna get boosted up in people's feeds. So how do you make your engagement better? Well, I have the tips for you. First, so right after you post a photo, 30 minutes to an hour after you post a photo, you should be responding to as many comments as you can. That hour or like 30 minutes is the most valuable time that Instagram's gonna pay attention to your engagement on that post. If you post a photo and then you start replying to comments, you like a bunch of comments, it's gonna get boosted up in people's feeds and more people are gonna see it. When you are replying to comments, make sure that you reply with 4-word or more replies. Instagram will actually recognize this as a more like casual conversation instead of like a oh thank you or like a little heart or an emoji or something. They're really gonna like that and they're going to boost your content.
Quality over quantity. Let's talk about that for a second. Quality. I think the simplest way to make your content appear high quality up front is having a cohesive feed. And I know that there's debate out there whether or not that's important now, but I know for me, I am always inclined to follow somebody a little bit more when their feed looks overall cohesive as opposed to somebody who doesn't have a cohesive feed. Now, while I will share with you guys how you can actually grow on Instagram this year, I want to preface this by saying Instagram should not be your end goal. Please have something else that you own and you can direct people to. If Instagram glitched or broke down and you lost all of your followers, would you still be able to run the same business without them? Instagram is not your business, but it is, if used properly, a wonderful tool that you can use to help grow your business. The secret to having the cohesive feed is having brand colors and sticking to your brand colors. If you don't have brand colors, literally a simple Pinterest search of brand colors or color psychology will help you get the next steps. So after you do your little Pinterest search, pick some colors. Don't let this part stall you. Don't let this part stop you. Literally just pick 3 to 5 colors that you feel look great together and use them. Your colors will evolve over time. You get that? Your colors, they will evolve over time. They will probably change. So you don't have to worry about picking the perfect colors because they will not be perfect the first time around. Just pick 3 to 5 brand colors that you feel you can use consistently in your feed.
This is my fourth piece of advice for you, and that is to actually rotate between your hashtags. A big mistake that I see a lot of people do is that they use the same hashtags over and over again. But the problem is that if you use it too many times, Instagram is gonna think that you are spam and actually decrease your reach and actually kind of, I don't want to say the word shadow ban because I'm not sure if it's true that shadow ban even exists, because apparently Instagram says that it doesn't exist. But if you are using the same hashtags in every single post that you're doing, you are going to be flagged for spam, and that's going to increase the chances of you not showing up on the feed for your followers or for whoever else. So just be careful that you are actually making a conscious effort of rotating the hashtags that you're using and mixing it up every time. Now I'm going to share my screen right over here, but I'm going to show you exactly what I do in terms of how I rotate my hashtags. So after I've kind of done my research in terms of the hashtags that I want to use, and I mix it up between small to medium to large, I actually have a notepad in my Apple phone or in my iPhone, and I have different hashtag groups. So I have group number 1, then group number 2, then group number 3, group number 4, and I kind of have multiple groups that I rotate between. So every time I post something, I kind of keep track of the groups that I'm using, and I copy and paste it, and then I put it in my caption. And I don't really have to stress because it's things that I've already done in the past that I've already kind of in a way automated. So I'm not stressing about what hashtag to post for each post. But at the same time, I'm also making a conscious effort to make sure that I'm not using the same ones over and over again.
Guys, you want to hear something kind of creepy, but it's also a hack to help you grow on Instagram in 2021? So follow me for a second. Go onto Instagram, post a photo, and then after the first hour, immediately close the app. Now what the Instagram algorithm wants to do in 2021 is it wants you to get back on the app. So it's gonna push your content out to more people so that you get likes, comments, and other notifications that people are talking about your content. The Instagram algorithm is literally going, oh, don't you wanna know what people are saying about your content? Don't you care? Open me. It's luring you back in so that you open it. But if you can resist the urge, you're gonna get more likes and comments on your content. So Instagram has evolved a lot over the years. It's not so much about posting pictures of you and your friends to look back on later in life and be like, oh, what a crazy life we had. No, people are using it for their businesses. Entrepreneurs are using it. There's money to be made on this platform. Okay, it's important to understand fundamentally the main goal of Instagram: to make money from advertisers. And to make that money, they need to keep people on the app. So, if you want to win on the platform, you have to make content that keeps people on the platform so that Instagram can make more money. So if you make great content, they'll literally reward you with exposure. Yes, they're literally paying you an algorithm exposure if you help them make money. So now that you understand that, how do you grow on this platform? Let's start with the basics: engagement. Now there's 4 different ways to engage with a piece of content on Instagram. There's a like, there's a comment, there's a save, and there's a share. And each one of those holds a different weight with the algorithm in 2021. Likes have the least amount of weight, mainly because it takes no time to like a photo. You could be scrolling, like, and then move on. That's literally like 1 second liking that post, and then you're gone. Now comments, you have to spend a little bit more time when you're commenting on a post. So by that definition, it holds more weight because you're spending more time on that content. And then there is saves. You essentially told the Instagram algorithm that when you save a post, that this is so important to you that you want to refer back to it later. And then there's shares. Shares are king or queen. Don't discriminate around here, but they hold the most amount of weight. Now the rule of thumb is that people only have about 1 or 2 shares in them a day. So if they share a piece of content, they're telling the Instagram algorithm, this is really important to me. So the algorithm starts pushing that content out more. So that's why shares hold the most amount of weight. Now there's 4 categories for posting on Instagram. There's an in-feed, there's stories, there's IGTV, and then there's reels. So when you're doing an in-feed post, one suggestion would be to use the carousel feature. This means that you can select up to 10 pieces of content that you can swipe through. Now, the reason why you want to do this is, number 1, the obvious one: when people are swiping, they're engaging with your content for more time. Also, number 2, if you put more photos, maybe the first photo resonates with Lucas, but then the next photo resonates with me, and then the third photo resonates with somebody else. Use videos where you can. Video content is slightly more engaging than just photo content. Write engaging captions. That's literally why there's influencers in the world who write novels with their captions. You can go up to 2,200 characters. Use those characters.
Shareable graphics. In 2020, we saw a huge surge of the sharing and engagement with graphic carousel posts, especially stuff that provides information, like in depth, a lot of text on the screen. It's kind of crazy because a few years ago, you never would have expected that text on an image on Instagram would perform well, but I think the combination of it providing a lot of value and also keeping people on the post for a really long time, because it takes you a while to read everything on each slide, really makes those kinds of posts like perform really, really well in the algorithm. Because if you didn't know, other than likes, comments, shares, and saves, Instagram does monitor how long any given user spends looking at your content. And if somebody spends, say, 5 seconds looking at my post over half a second, like most people probably would, that kind of indicates to Instagram, okay, this is an engaging post, it's keeping people on the platform for longer, therefore let's show it in more feeds to keep more people on the platform for longer. And so that is why text-heavy graphics can actually perform really well on Instagram. So I want to focus on once a week posting a shareable graphic that provides value. I'll probably give tips about Instagram, I'll give tips about podcasting, maybe about YouTube growth as well, and I'll make sure that it is high value and engaging and the kind of thing people want to save and come back to later.
So you're going to want to get clear on a couple of things first. The first is how you can add value in a unique way. So you really need to know what you can share for free that's worth something to your ideal client avatar. What do you know that they don't and that they need to know in order to solve their problem? Value adding content comes at no cost to you or your company, but it gives your ICA a really good idea of what it would look like to buy from you or work with you in a paid capacity. I value add by sharing how people can grow and monetize their Instagram account, start businesses, scale businesses, serve to the best of their ability, and help make money confidently and consistently. I also share how busy female entrepreneurs or ambitious women can better the balance between business and pleasure so that they can be fulfilled and satisfied in personal life as well as business life. I've been in both ends of the spectrum and I love to share what I've learned along the way.